Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Julie Nelson.
And I'm Rena Sargentopoulos. Closing arguments in the case for the alleged mastermind in a Minneapolis realtor's murder are expected tomorrow.
The defense just rested in the last hour after Lyndon Wiggins took the stand in his own defense, denying any involvement in the kidnapping and murder of Monique Bowe. Gordon Severson was in the courtroom and joins us live. Gordon?
Yeah, when Lyndon Wiggins was asked why he decided to take the witness stand today, he responded, "Because I'm the best person to fill in the blanks for the jury." Now, he maintains that he is innocent of these crimes, but Wiggins today did admit that he and all three of the people who have been previously convicted in this case were all in the same place at the same time just days before this kidnapping happened. He argues that they were merely crossing paths because they were all dealing drugs and collecting money. A calm and collected Lyndon Wiggins took the witness stand Thursday morning, denying any involvement with the kidnapping and murder of Monique Bowe, a Minneapolis real estate agent and girlfriend of a former business partner of Wiggins. Prosecutors say the evidence shows Wiggins and John Mitchell Momo, a rapper, had a falling out, and attorneys argue Wiggins planned an elaborate scheme to kidnap Momo's girlfriend to get to him. Prosecutors also argue that Wiggins was under the impression that Momo had sold him out to the feds for drug trafficking and had two reasons to want him dead. On the witness stand, Wiggins denied these claims. He did admit to being heavily involved in drug trafficking and that he even owned a pill press to make pills that he would distribute to other drug dealers. Prosecutors showed the court handwritten paperwork that they argue shows Wiggins was supplying dozens of dealers. They appear to be making an argument that Wiggins was a mastermind in the drug trafficking operation and therefore had the connections and power to convince others to carry out a kidnapping and murder. Prosecutors pressed Wiggins, asking if he isn't the mastermind, who else is directly connected to all three people who have already been convicted in the case. Wiggins' response, anyone in the criminal enterprise could have made these connections. So now that the defense has rested their case, the next step in the process would be for closing arguments. And at this point, it's a little unclear if those closing arguments are going to happen tomorrow because the judge did mention that tomorrow is Halloween. And with the timing of everything, with closing arguments, the jury instructions, it's likely that the jury would start deliberations kind of early to mid tomorrow afternoon. And then they would likely go through the typical trick-or-treating time with Halloween. So we're not sure yet if they're going to start tomorrow or if they're going to maybe give some instructions and then maybe start at a later time. We're going to try to get that information for you.
Yeah, there have been some jaw-dropping moments in this case. Today, would you say, were there any of those moments in his testimony today or no, Gordon?
Not really. I mean, I would say it was kind of more of a chess match between the prosecutors and Wiggins on the stand. You know, they're kind of setting him up for certain moments to maybe, slip up or confess. And, he kind of had some jabs back at the prosecutor to maybe try to make them a little more agitated. So a lot of back and forth, but really no breaks. Everyone kind of stuck with their plan before they went into the courtroom today.
All right. Thank you, Gordon.